The biggest barrier to becoming a day trader just disappeared. For over 20 years, if you wanted to actively day trade stocks in a margin account, you needed to have at least $25,000 funded into that account. That was known as the Pattern Day Trader Rule, or the PDT rule. And for a lot of people, as it did me, that requirement completely stopped them from getting started. But now that's changing. And to be honest with you, I feel lucky. And before we dive into how this rule change can be monumental in the day trading community, or for those that are looking to start, let me introduce myself. My name is Adam, and I got into day trading a few months ago. I started with a fake paper trading account to practice my trading skills, and I just recently went live with my refined trading strategies, and I'm happy to report that within 6 days of active trading, I am up $700 with a small cash account that I funded with no more than $1,500. For proof of that, I'll share a quick screen cap because I don't expect you guys to just take some random guy you just stumbled upon on YouTube at face value. This is my Trader View dashboard. It logs all my trades each and every day. And you can see that while I did some test trades here and there a couple days prior to my active trading window, my account is up $726.73. Today, for me, by the way, was a no trade day because I'm waiting for my cash account to be converted to a margin account as part of this new rule being lifted tomorrow. I feel lucky because tomorrow, June 4th of 2026, the PDT rule is being eliminated, which means many traders will be able to open a margin account with as little as $2,000. This means I chose to learn something that is about to have a historical influx of new players, new momentum, and new opportunities at just the right time. And if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking the same thing tens, if not hundreds of thousands of other people are thinking right now. Maybe this is my chance to become a day trader. But before you fund an account and start buying stocks, there's something you need to understand. While the barrier to entry just got significantly lower, the odds of success did not. I want to share something with you. Depending on the study, it's reported that somewhere between 70% and 95% of day traders lose money. Some research even suggests only 1 to 3% ever become consistently profitable over the long term. I fall into that category right now. So let's think about that. If 100 people start day trading tomorrow, only a handful of them may still be profitable a few years from now. That's not meant to scare you. It's just meant to prepare you, because I've learned something very quickly on my own trading journey. Making money isn't really the hard part. Keeping it is. You see, the strategy I developed and went to market with has worked well for me, but it was developed over the course of a few months where every day I woke up at 6 a.m., stepped up to the table for 3 hours, practiced, studied the market, and made trades while analyzing and tracking my results. So if you're in the same boat as me or a similar one, in this video I'm going to walk you through what the PDT rule change actually means, why traders prefer margin accounts, what I look for every morning when trading stocks, the biggest mistakes beginners make, and what separates traders from gamblers. So let's get into it. A lot of people hear PDT rule is gone and they assume it means free money, but it actually doesn't. What it does mean is that active traders can potentially access margin accounts without needing $25,000 sitting in their trading account. And that matters because if you're like me, I did not have $25,000 to commit to a day trading account because I had to worry about things like my mortgage, my pets, my girlfriend, my lifestyle, my car payments, you name it. I had to worry about it. And so I certainly, and I think a lot of us, did not just have an extra $25,000 sitting around to fund a day trading account and get started. And that matters because yes, while you could fund a cash account with however much money you wanted to at the time, margin accounts offer one huge advantage, which is immediate access to buying power. So let me break down what that means if you don't know. Let's say you have a $2,500 account. You buy a stock, you sell it 5 minutes later. In a cash account, settlement rules can limit how freely you can reuse those funds. Meaning, if you made a successful trade, and let's say you made $100 on it, all the money you used to buy those shares and the money you made on that trade would not be available to you until the next day. And some brokers are even more restrictive on how fast that cash settles. But in a margin account, your buying power is immediately available for the next trade. So in simple terms, the one thing that has been blocking me personally and many others from increasing their account value at a faster pace has been the fact that my cash account was limited to a rolling 24-hour cycle. So for example, if I had used all my buying power by 7:30 a.m., but an incredible stock pops up at 8:30, I'm just sitting on the sidelines watching it go by, waiting for my funds to settle tomorrow morning. That flexibility is one of the reasons why active traders prefer margin accounts. Now, here's the important part. It simply gives you more flexibility. If you don't know what you're doing, it can actually help you lose money faster, which can be a very dangerous part of this rule being lifted. That is why learning the basics matters far more than gaining access to a margin account. So I think the first thing we all need to understand is that day trading is not investing. When Warren Buffett buys a stock, he may hold it for years. But when a day trader buys a stock, they may hold it for 30 seconds. And according to my stats, my most successful trades I hold on average for 1 minute, and my losing trades I hold for an average of around 2 minutes. So you're not buying because you believe the company will dominate its industry in 5 years. You're buying because you think buyers are about to overwhelm sellers right now. It's a completely different game. It's a different strategy, it's a different mindset, and it's different risks. And if you treat day trading like investing, you're probably going to lose money. So when I sit down to trade, I'm not looking at thousands of stocks. I'm looking for a very specific type of setup. Number one, I'm looking for stocks between $5 and $10. This is, according to my stats, my sweet spot, and it's proven to be true for me. Not because it's the only thing that works, but because these stocks often have enough volatility to make meaningful moves. A $7 stock, in my experience, can move 50%, 100%, up to even 1,000% in a single day. It sounds crazy, but the few months I've been day trading, I've seen it more than a few times. And obviously, when stocks move like that, it creates opportunities. Most mornings, the stocks I'm watching are somewhere in that range, and I'm generally not even getting into a stock unless it's already up 75 to 100% at that very moment. The other thing I'm looking for is stocks with news, and it drives a lot of momentum and volatility to the stock. I don't want random movement. I want an actual catalyst. I want to ask myself, why is the stock moving? And I want to have an actual answer to that. Did they announce an FDA approval? Was there positive clinical trial results? Were the earnings strong enough? Was there a major partnership? Was there government funding? These are all things that create news catalysts, and they draw attention to a specific stock. And attention creates buyers. Buyers create momentum. At the end of the day, if a stock has no reason to be moving, I'm usually much less interested in it. The next thing that I look for is relative volume, and this might be the most important thing on the list. So, for example, let's say a stock normally trades 500,000 shares a day. Now imagine it's 8 a.m. and it's already traded 20 million shares. That's a stock that deserves attention. Volume tells you where traders are focused. And it's funny because in day trading, other traders in the community are your best friend, because where traders are focused is where momentum usually develops. If there's no volume on a stock, then there's no interest on a stock. And if there's no interest on a stock, then there's no momentum on a stock. And the next thing I look for is clean price action. So after I find a stock with news and volume, I watch how it behaves. I don't just jump into it blindly, assuming that it's going to continue the trend. I want to make sure that it's making higher highs. Is it holding support at key levels? Is it breaking through resistance barriers that it has experienced in the past? Or is it moving randomly? Most beginners spend all day looking for indicators, but experienced traders spend more time reading the price action. The chart does tell a story, so watching the candlesticks can be very informative, and your job is to learn how to read them. Now, this next part is not sexy, but it's incredibly important. This is the biggest mistake that most new traders make, including me when I was starting to test my strategies, is that most beginners think the goal is finding winning trades, but honestly, I can say confidently it really isn't. The goal is controlling your losing trades, because anyone can make money on one trade, but a lot fewer people can survive long enough to become consistently profitable. Professional traders think about risk way before they think about reward. Before entering a trade, they ask, if I'm wrong, where am I getting out? Beginners will ask, how much money can I make? And that is a key difference. One of the biggest reasons traders blow up accounts is due to greed and overstaying their welcome. If you're in a trade for longer than 1.5 minutes, my stats tell me that I've been in it too long and I'm likely falling victim to greed, FOMO, or worst of all, I'm hoping that a stock will recover when all the signals are telling me that it won't. The most important part of all this, controlling your losses and knowing when to exit. If you can't control your losses, it doesn't matter how many winning trades you find, because one bad trade can erase literally weeks of progress. And I think an important part of this is that social media has done a terrible job of setting expectations. You see the thumbnails, you see the Lamborghinis, you see the six-figure trading days, the people turning $500 into $50,000, $500,000. What you don't see is the blown accounts, the months of losses, the emotional stress, the traders who disappear. The reality is that trading is one of the hardest ways to make easy money, but it can also be one of the easiest. It all depends on your knowledge, emotional regulation, and risk management. That's difficult for most people to accept, and it's not a flashy how to get rich quick concept, but it's the truth. If your emotions control your decisions, the market will find that weakness immediately. Fear, greed, FOMO, revenge trading. These destroy more accounts than bad stock picks. So here's how I'm approaching my own trading journey. Right now, I'm not focused on getting rich. I'm focused on getting consistent. I've had green streaks. I've had red days. I've had trades where I felt like a genius and then gave it all back, and trades where I felt like I had no business touching the market. What I've learned is that finding stocks is actually the easy part, but managing yourself and your emotions is the hard part. So my goal isn't to make $1 million next month. My goal is to develop the habits and discipline that allow me to still be trading years from now, because consistency is what creates income. One lucky trade does not. So the PDT rule going away is going to bring a massive wave of new traders into the market. Some will succeed, most won't. Not because they're unintelligent, not because the market is rigged, but because they underestimate how difficult this game really is. The market rewards discipline. The market rewards patience. And the market rewards risk management. So before you become a day trader, learn the game first. Protect your capital, respect your losses, and focus on becoming consistent before you focus on becoming rich. If you're interested in following my journey as I learn day trading, sharing my wins, sharing my losses, and documenting what actually works, make sure you subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments what made you interested in day trading in the first place. Thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, guys, happy trading.